Yo,
Yeah,
it's dead in this town. You know,
it's crazy.
gotta shake things up.
Yeah,
For real. Let's go.
Quiet nights, there is no sound. Who needs a life with no fun around? Quiet nights, can't feel a pulse, can't hear a heartbeat. It's time to wake up.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, the Thecarhaulingcoach, back at you again with another video. Hey guys, so in the last video we talked about picking the right company. By now you probably called a lot of companies. You've already figured out who you want to go to. And guess what? You've been accepted. Now what do? So guys, next thing you're going to have to do, if you're just going to get your CDL, you don't have it yet, you're going to have to take the Cdl Permit test. My recommendation, you're going to need to study. This is not a super easy test, guys. There's going to be a lot of questions on it. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you do not already know unless you've been around the trucking industry for many, many years now, guys. There's a lot of things you're not going to know. In my advice, you have two options for studying depending how you learn. Your first option is you can do the old school way. Go to the DMV, pick you up a CDL handbook, or go online to your state DMV website and pick up a CDL handbook. Or, my favorite way to study for it, Android and iOS both have this app available to them. It is called Cdl Study Buddy. When you type it in to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, it's going to pop right up, guys. It's usually the first app to pop up. I love this app. I can't stress enough how great this app is, guys. This app, when you go to log into it, it's going to have you choose your state. It's going to have you choose everything. Are you trying to go for Class A, Class B, Class C? It's got everything, guys. It's even going to have your CDL study book in it if you want to read it as well. It's going to even have an option to where if you're driving down the road or you're sitting at work, working in a factory, whatever, throw some headphones in, guys, and it will actually read the book to you word for word. Then, here's my favorite part. It's got over 50 variations of each test, guys. When you go in, you can actually take the practice test as many times as you want. And this app, it is almost word for word what's going to be on your Cdl Permit test. Legally, they can't put it exactly word for word, but it's going to be pretty dang close, guys. It's the best app I have found. It's the app I've recommended to many, many people looking to get into the trucking industry. They've all used this app, and they've all passed first try, guys. When you go out to that company, you don't want to get out there. You don't want to fail, guys, especially if you're going somewhere states and states away, guys. You don't want to get out there for nothing. You want to make sure you pass. So, study for that permit test, guys. Next thing you're going to either do, they're going to have you either do it before you leave or when you get there, depending on the company you're going to. That's going to be your DOT physical, guys. This DOT physical, when you go to take it, it's going to have a whole list of stuff you've got to fill out. Does your family have a history of blah, 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 blah? It's really boring, guys. Be very, very careful how you answer on this because this is going to be a big deciding factor of whether or not you pass that DOT physical or not, guys. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying to go out and just straight up lie on it, guys. There's certain things that you're going to have to answer honestly on there, but you got to be careful how you word it. One question in specific that gets me every single time, and the doctor always asks me about it. It's going to say on there, it's going to have a section of lists, and it says, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's worded, how likely are you to fall asleep in these scenarios? And it's got a list of things such as relaxing at home watching TV, driving, working, laying down to go to sleep at night. Guys, that one is definitely a trick question, and they do that to throw you off. If you put that you're not very likely to fall asleep laying down at night, they see that as an issue. Oh, well, hey, what's going on? Do they have sleep apnea? Do they have this? Do they have that? Whatever. Now, guys, if you are on any kind of medications, you need to make sure that you get that all straightened away. There's a lot of medications that you're not going to be able to take out here on the road, such as a lot of painkillers, things like that. Anything that has side effects that could involve driving and impair you while you're driving. Now, if you're just taking like aspirin or something like that, guys, they're not going to disqualify you for that. During your DOT physical, pretty much what they're going to do, they're going to check your height, your weight, your eyesight, and then they're going to do just like a basic checkup on you. As well, this is what gets a lot of people, guys. You're going to have to take a drug test. Depending on the company, it can either be a urine test or it can be a hair follicle test. Guys, the hair follicle test can show up to 180 days or more. So you need to make sure you're clean. If you've been out here just doing whatever, you've been back on the block, it's like, I don't care. Or maybe you're even in a state where some of these things like medical marijuana, things like that are legal. Guys, if that shows up, that will fail you on the drug test. As a truck driver, you do fall under federal standards. That stuff is not federally legal. Therefore, you cannot have it in your system. My recommendation, guys, if you know that you've been doing stuff like that and you're going somewhere and it's just going to be like a urine test or something, you need to push it out 30 days. You need to make sure you are clean. Make sure you test yourself at home. Make sure you are clean, because once again, you do not want to go out there and fail that test. Not only is that going to ruin your chances with that company, but that's going to go on your record and it's going to show that you failed a DOT physical and DOT drug screen for pre-hire purposes. Every other company you try to apply for is going to see that, guys. So make sure you are clean. I cannot stress the importance of that enough, guys. You need to do everything you can to make sure you are clean. And stay clean. It's not worth it out here, guys. If you get in an accident, first thing that's going to happen, hey, we're taking you to the hospital for a drug test. It's immediate, guys. You have no chance. You're not going to be able to hide it. So just stay clean out here, guys. It ain't worth it, man. All the money you're going to make out here, you're going to be happy in many other ways. You don't need any of that stuff that you've had before. Another thing is alcohol, guys. Alcohol is another thing they test for. You have to have a BAC of 0.00. Anything other than that is an automatic fail. Guys, it's simple. You're going to get out here. They're going to put you up in a hotel or a house, whatever it may be, depending on the company, guys. Don't go out and drink. I know it's going to be stressful, guys. You got to find another way to cope. Do not go out and drink before that test. That will show, and that will also disqualify you from a lot of these companies. That leads me to the next thing. As you guys see, I vape. I've also smoked in the past. I smoked and dipped when I started driving. Guess what, guys? Nicotine raises your blood pressure. If you do not have good blood pressure, that is going to fail you on the DOT physical. Sometimes they will let you wait till the next day, come back, take it again. But that will fail you, guys. My recommendation, do not smoke, dip, vape, whatever you guys do not do that at least 3 hours prior to the start of your DOT physical. That way your heart rate has a good time to settle. Sodas, it's another thing, guys. They are going to do blood work, or even if they just check it in your urine, it is going to show up. You guys do not want to have a super high sugar content, because guess what? Hey, if they have a super high sugar content, we may need to get them tested for diabetes. Now, I'm not saying you cannot be out here on the road with diabetes, but depending on the level, it's a no-go, guys. You want to make sure you do everything you can to pass that DOT physical. Now, it's not super hard. but these are just some tips to make sure that you guys do pass. I mean, other than that, guys, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's your basic checkup, eye exam, height and weight. Not that hard, guys. Now, once you've done your DOT physical and you've passed your Cdl permit test, you're going to start training. You're going to start learning how to drive these trucks. Depending on the school you go to, they're all going to have different criteria. They're all going to have different things you're going to learn. You may learn on an automatic, you may learn on a manual, you may learn on a dry van, a flatbed, a reefer, whatever it may be. Guys, at that point, that's when you guys need to become a sponge. You need to soak up as much knowledge as you can. When you get out there and you're just even doing yard training, guess what? Those guys that are training you at the yard, there's a pretty high chance they've drove a truck. So you need to ask them questions. Any questions you have, guys, ask them. They're going to help you. They're going to help you no matter what. That's what they are there for, guys. And then once you get in and you get into your trainer's truck, that's when you really need to take examples. When you're sitting there in the passenger seat and your trainer's driving, get you a notepad and you need to start writing down every answer they give you. If they tell you advice such as, hey, when you're going to back into a truck stop, you need to set up at this angle. Write that down, guys. You may not need any of this information for 3-4 years. But guess what? That one time you do need that information, you can go into your notebook and say, hey, this is what my trainer told me. And you've got it, guys. Now, one other thing I want to talk about on this video, if you're still on here, guys, which I hope you are. What should you bring to training with you? Guys, you need to bring the bare minimum. Because guess what? When you finish training, chances are you're going straight onto your trainer's truck. There's not a whole lot of room on these trucks, guys. Yeah, you'll have your own bunk, you'll have this, you'll have that. But you got to keep in mind, that is that driver's truck. That is his home away from home, as yours will be when you get into your own truck. So you need to be conscious of the amount of space you have. So when you go, I recommend packing the essentials. You're going to want to make sure you have body wash. I recommend at least one towel because there are some truck stops out here that do not provide towels. You need to have toothbrush, toothpaste, and I cannot stress this enough, deodorant. Guys, you need to wear deodorant. There's sometimes out here you may go a couple days before you can get a shower, and you do not want to be stuck in a truck with another person and both of you guys are smelling right. Make sure you wear deodorant. A lot of people always ask me, hey, can I take my cologne? Here is my opinion on that from somebody that has lived in a truck with other people. I would not recommend it. Reason being, not to say you personally, but there are some of you guys out here that go way too heavy with the cologne, guys. And you know who you are. You do not want to be sitting in this truck smelling like a makeup store, guys. You really don't want to be like you're walking through the mall. You're going to be sitting here with another guy. You don't have anybody to impress. Keep it simple, guys. Just throw deodorant on. I recommend at least a week's worth of clothing. Depending on how long you're with your trainer, where you stop, you're going to have the opportunity to do laundry, guys. Almost every truck stop has a way to do laundry. So bring you at least 5 sets of clothes. If you are getting into the flatbed industry, bring a pair of gloves. A pair of gloves. They're probably going to provide you with a safety vest and a hard hat. If they don't, you're going to have to pick those up. Also, if you're flatbed, it's good to have for van and reefer as well, but flatbed especially, try to get you a pair of steel toe boots or steel toe shoes of some sort with the composite toe, guys. When you get out here, a lot of these places, a lot of these shippers are going to require it. I've done flatbed, I know. A lot of them won't let you on without having composite shoes. You're also going to need to make sure that you have long pants. There's a lot of places that won't let you out here without having long pants on. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say to me, hey, it's 110 degrees. I'm in Arizona picking up a load. Why would I put on jeans? Guys, I don't know what to tell you. It's their rules, their choice. If you don't have it, they're not going to let you get loaded, guys. Your trainer's going to advise you of this stuff. If you don't have it, your trainer's usually going to make sure that they stop somewhere so you can buy it. They've been out here long enough, they know. So, we've gone over your basic body wash stuff, deodorant, any shampoos, razors, whatever you may need for your personal hygiene. At least 5 sets of clothes with long pants if you're flatbed, and steel toe boots or any kind of composite shoes. Now, the next thing you guys need to keep in mind, you have to try to travel light. I know I say 5 pairs, and I'm not saying you have to stick to that exactly, but don't go crazy with it, guys. You don't have a lot of room in here. I can't stress that enough, guys. So what I recommend, get you go to Walmart, go to Dick's Sporting Goods, Bass Pro, whatever your local place is that you can find sporting goods type stuff. Pick you up a decent sized duffel bag. I'm not talking about like the little itty bitty tiny ones, but get you like a decent sized duffel bag that you can throw at the end of the bed. Whatever you can fit in there, that's what you need to have. Also, make sure you have a copy of your birth certificate, your driver's license, your social security card, a direct deposit form from your bank, pens, and a notepad. Guys, these are all musts. Do not be the person to get up there and not have it, because guess what? They are going to send you home, guys. Now, I hope that this helps some of you guys out if you're just getting ready to go into training. Maybe even people that are thinking about becoming a trainer, like little tips that you can advise your trainees of. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button depending on how you felt about the video. If you do like my content though, I do ask that you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified when I put out new videos. Thank you guys, and once again, this is the Car Hauling Coach.